Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Is it Christmas here? Do you see that snow falling?
Chestnuts roasting by an open fire.
Jack Frost nipping at your...
Toes desire.
Nose.
What?
It's nose, dude. It's nose.
Oh my goodness. Wait, is Santa coming? Is he
No. We already got him in the past. Sorry.
Why can't he coming in here?
Too late. Too late. No Santa for you. Hey guys, thank you so much.
Was going to be here. You lied to me. No, you did say that. I can't lie and say you lied to me, but you got my hopes up. Just I was hoping.
Hey, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to make this episode and next week's episode a little shorter for the sake of us, so we can spend time with our family.
And so you can as well.
Hey, but truly, without you guys, we would not be able to do what we do. So we want to say genuinely from our hearts, thank you so much, and we hope you guys are having a great Christmas week starting now on Tuesday.
And I just want to say Merry Christmas. We are a Christian organization. We wish everybody a happy holiday, but I just want to remind you the reason for the season. And I know for me, I use Christmas as a time of reflection and gratitude right before the new year. And we have so much to be grateful for. And for me, I know the biggest one is that our Father in heaven, he sent Jesus to be born as a human, but also God, and to live the perfect life and to pay the price for my sins and your sins. And I just want to encourage you, you guys have probably heard of the gospel, the good news, but...
Wait, even mine? Even my sins?
All of us. All of them.
You sure?
It's all about the relationship with Jesus. It doesn't matter what you've done. And there's still earthly consequences, but the eternal debt is paid. And I just want to encourage you, it's about relationship. And Jesus is truly knocking at the door. And you just got to give him an opportunity. And I will tell you, there's no greater peace and there's no greater gift than having a relationship with Jesus. I don't know how I did it before I started spending time with him. You know, I look back and I'm grateful. We still have trials, just like this Monday day.
When did you become a Christian? When did you become a Christian, Chaz?
Oh, you trying to go deep on this? No, I didn't know we were doing.
When did you become a Christian?
That's really hard to say. So I was a pastor's kid. My family went through a lot.
PK.
Uh-oh. Called problem kid, pastor's kid. But I ran from God and went the exact opposite and chased money and partying. And, after becoming a dad and years down the road, I was so empty. I was running 3 states for Samsung and different really high level roles. And I just was not satisfied, to help other people, to find there was something, even helping other people. There was a hole in my heart. Yeah. And that's when I really turned to God and turned to Jesus and really started working on my relationship with Jesus. And then I became a chaplain and found purpose and a calling. But it's not even just about chaplaincy. Chaplaincy just brings me closer to my Lord and Savior, because just like Psalms 34:18, the Lord is near the brokenhearted and he rescues the crushed in spirit. I find God's presence with those who are hurting. And I don't know how to explain it other than when I'm there ministering and loving on people, I can feel God with me. And so, yeah, I mean, it's, there's no judgment. I've been through a lot of different things. There was time I was homeless, sleeping out of my car. And there was times I was pistol whipped in the face and had to get my lips sewn back together. I've not lived the best life, but it's not about how we start, it's how we finish. And I just want to encourage anybody out there who feels guilty and, maybe like you said, God's going to forgive my sin. No matter what we do, he wants to have that relationship. And as soon as we turn like the prodigal son, and we just turn back to the Father, heaven's rejoicing, and he's got open arms there. He's not just accepting us like, okay, you can come back. He is just excited with his open arms. He just wants to have that relationship through Jesus and through the Holy Spirit. Yeah. And there is no other purpose for me than, it's pretty simple. I think we overcomplicate it. Purpose in life is to know him and to know him closely. Oh, your phone went off this time.
Not normally.
What about you? When did you become a Christian?
So I was raised kind of in Christian-ish culture, and I went to youth group as a kid, and not my siblings were the reason I went to youth group, and I really credit my Christian walk to when I was 18. And I was having a hard time, feeling lonely, and I walked down to a church called Living Stones in downtown Reno. And a friend of a friend who was in the music industry, and I did some music stuff, and we kind of we connected musically, and he told me about Jesus, and I knew about Jesus, but I would call myself more of a fan up to that point. Like, right. Oh, I like what being a Christian, quote unquote, brings me, but I didn't want to really follow it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
I just didn't.
Totally does.
I didn't care. Like, I may have looked it, and if most people that knew me probably thought like, oh, David was a Christian at that point, but I didn't really care about it. Like, I knew about Jesus, but I didn't care about it at that point. So when I turned about 18, I walked down to that church, and I joined a community group, and all I knew was music industry stuff, and that's really what I wanted to do, was be a professional musician. And
you are a great musician, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's a gifting from God, for sure.
And then I was saved. Started working at World Market as a stockroom manager a little bit before that. Listened to all sorts of sermons online, and I think honestly the thing that really saved me was realizing I wasn't an idiot. I know that kind of sounds funny.
You weren't an idiot?
I wasn't an idiot. And I didn't realize I was an auditory learner, and there's all sorts of different ways to learn.
I struggled in school, in high school. I mean,
yeah,
I was a high school dropout. So.
I struggled, and I hear that, and I didn't realize that I could learn, and so I started to listen to podcasts, and that's what started triggering my brain on knowledge.
Your creativity too.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to just be a stock boy for the rest of my life. Like, there's other things I could do. And it started triggering, and all this concepts on theology and creativity and Disney and how Disney sparked creativity for me in my life, because it was a special place to me when I was younger, and all these things just started clicking. Everything clicked when I was 18. When I was younger, I didn't understand. I just like, screw it, I'm going to do what makes me feel good and happy. And then after that, when I started becoming a stock boy, I was just like, oh, click, 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 click. Everything started clicking in my head. And just because I had the time and the space to just listen, and I was able to listen to God and what He had for me in my life. And after that, I started interning as a worship pastor, and then I became a worship pastor, and I was a worship pastor for a while, and then I came to Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And you get to do a different kind of ministry, which really meets needs and is on the front line.
Yep. It's a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing. And so I like reflecting on these kinds of things for Christmas, because I believe, and Chaz believes, that Jesus is the reason for the season. That's super cheesy sounding, but it's true.
It is true, though. And I want to add this, it's never too late. If you're out there and you're like, my life's almost over, or I'm a senior, or, I've done all these bad things, it's never too late to turn and experience that wholeness, that fullness.
Right, and the difference between Jesus and all other religion, because I did a study on, I have books on my shelf for Buddhism, Hinduism, Mormonism, all sorts of different religions. I have it on my shelf. And the reason I do is because someone gifted that to me while I was discovering. He said, I'm going to give you all the world religions, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to research it. And he went on this journey with me. Wow. And the one that made the most sense to me was Christianity. It really did. Because the difference is something that C.S. Lewis talked about.
Love him.
Was the reality was us, our quote unquote religion, when he was at a world religion seminar, was the difference between Christianity and everything else was that we as Christians are dragged dead out of a hole versus every other religion where we have to drag ourselves out of the hole. Jesus drags us out of the hole.
Yeah, it's not by our works.
Very different thing. It's a very different thing than us having to drag ourselves out of the hole, get a new, I don't know, a new piece of the cross or something, whatever it is. It's not about what we do. It's about what he has done and drags us from death, which is so dark. Yeah. Death is a scary, dark place, and that's the reality.
But it doesn't have to be. Because Jesus conquered death. No, it can be. But it doesn't have to be. And you can choose to partake in that kingdom and be adopted. But
I actually, at one point, I really wanted to be in Judaism. I really did, because I was like, that makes the most sense historically, everything. And then I looked at it from a practical standpoint. You can't believe in Judaism and not see Jesus as the Christ because of how many prophecies he fulfilled. That was one I was going to get into because of that. Because I was like, oh, it just makes the most sense historically, history-wise. It has the most reality in our culture. It just does, right? So if you look at the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, if you look at what Judaism is based on, it makes the most sense out of any of the other religions. But Christianity, Jesus, the amount of prophecies he's fulfilled historically outside of Christianity, the records of what he fulfilled is just mind-boggling. I don't know if have you ever read The Case for Christ?
Oh, I have not read the book. I've seen the movie, and also I've read excerpts about it.
It's pretty wild. He wanted to disprove Christianity.
Right.
He was like,
and that's what he set out to do.
Dude, I'm going to disprove this because this is crazy, right? No one could do this. And so he tried to disprove it. And what happened?
Yeah. He fell on belief.
He couldn't do it. He was like, I'm not going to disprove it. In fact, I'm going to say it's the only way, the truth, and the life is through Jesus. And so it's just wild to me. And that's what convinced me for Christianity. It wasn't about tradition. It wasn't about, which matters. I love tradition. I'm not saying tradition doesn't matter at all. What I'm saying, that's not what won me to Christianity. Right. What won me was the relationship aspect and the history behind it.
Yeah.
It's wild. It is wild. When you dig into the history behind it, it is a wild thing. And Jesus, I believe and am convinced of, is the way, the truth, and the life.
John
so
14:6.
I'm not trying to be like converting everyone here. I mean, but if you want to have a conversation, my email is dave@getclosed.org. You can email me. I'm happy to talk to you about it. My purpose is just talking about why I'm saved in the first place.
Yeah, and you know, just like Christ, we're called to love our neighbors and all humans, and to spread that love and light and be the salt of the earth. And that's what we do at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. You know, we serve all, regardless of background, religion. But you and I do what we do because of our faith in that relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm salty, man.
Sometimes.
I get angry sometimes. I don't know if you know that.
That's what you do with the anger.
I had one volunteer tell me last week. It was Wednesday night. She told me, and she's really nice. She's someone I'm really close with. Her and her husband have supported Good Shepherd quite a bit. And she said, Dave, I feel like most of the time God just allows you to be angry about injustice in the world. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I am normally kind of angry about injustice in the world.
There's a lot of injustice.
That's like my natural inclination is to be angry about what should be, and which makes me which is why I do what I do, is because I'm like, I see the expletive word right here, and injustice. That's the reality. Is God is a God of justice, and he hates the injustice. If you look at the Bible, it talks about it all the time, how much he hates the injustice, from the Old Testament to the New Testament. You look at Jesus when he saw the injustice and flipped tables at the temple, the Jewish temple. He flipped tables because of the injustice happening.
And that can be a really difficult place to be. It's just focusing on the darkness and injustice. And I struggle with that. And it's also important to remember the goodness that's in the world from God and the goodness and of the hope of the gospel. Because otherwise it can be overwhelming and it can engulf us. So you got to be careful. But this Christmas...
I know, it's this Christmas episode.
This Christmas, I just want to encourage you guys and just let you know, we're so thankful for all of you. You guys are all such a gift, whether you're giving financially, voluntary time, donating clothes, driving awareness. You guys are truly gifts. And I just want to encourage you. We have some great things coming in 2026. And if you'd love to give a strong year-end gift, please consider us. And, we have the season of giving right now, and I just want to thank you for a year of tremendous giving. What are you laughing about over there, Chuckles?
Nothing.
So I learned a fun fact. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, sure. I want to hear it.
So I had a meeting with the Reno Housing Authority, and my friend, I won't say her name, she has a house in Wyoming she just sold. She's from Wyoming. And she said she knows that people are really from Wyoming based upon a question she asked. And she asked him, what do you call a squirrel?
I don't know. What?
And they call them chiselers.
Chiselers?
Yeah, I'd never heard that.
I'd never
before.
heard that either.
So if you're really from Wyoming and you see a squirrel, you say, hey, there's a chiseler. Isn't that nuts? Oh, there's a good dad joke for Christmas. Don't be a Grinch.
It just seeing all the brokenness and the hurt. I mean, I've been on the floor. I've had a few volunteers call out because it's the holiday season, so I've been on the floor a lot these last couple days. It's heavy.
People are missing loved ones.
And I see these people, and I see the brokenness in them, and I see how Jesus is the real solution to life, and it breaks my expletive heart. Because I really care about people, and I care about them finding Jesus. And it's not the fake Jesus that makes you feel all happy and gooey inside. It's the Jesus that cares about you and is real.
Yeah.
I had a conversation a few months ago, about 2 months ago now, with someone, and they said, I think I'm getting it. I think Jesus is a relationship, not a concept. And I'm like, that's absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Jesus is a relationship. Jesus is a person that cares about you and doesn't want you to suffer. He does not want you to suffer. It breaks his heart when you suffer. And so if you're listening to this and you don't know Jesus, and maybe you just want to talk about Good Shepherd, maybe you want to talk about clothes, just reach out. I would love to talk to you. In this position here, by accident, I've led people to Jesus. I've led individuals that are on the floor that have nothing, and they're like, well, what does it mean to know Jesus? And we have the conversation of, this is what it means to know Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm not pushing it. I'm not saying you have to get clothes, or to get clothes, rather.
No.
You have to accept Jesus in your heart. That's not what I'm doing. But us as a team, and all of our volunteers aren't Jesus. Are Christians. All of our volunteers are not Christians. I'm looking at some of our volunteers right now. They're not Christians. But the reality is they know what we do, and they know we love Jesus, and they know
it matters.
We want to help people in need. And I have had the opportunity to lead people to Jesus because of that.
Which is huge. And there's some big things coming in 2026. And as we re-look back at the year of 2025, it was a tough year for many. I mean, but we made it, and we're here, and we get to look forward to an amazing 2026. And if you're out there and you're struggling because you lost a loved one and they're not going to be around the tree this year, just know you're in our thoughts and prayers, and you're not alone. And there's many hurting, but just know that we want to spread cheer, and just that, we're grateful for you. We're grateful for this community.
Yep.
And we can't wait to unbox what's coming soon.
Oh, buddy. Hey, our next week's episode is going to be our year in review. And we're going to talk about all the things that Good Shepherd has been doing. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the future. So thank you guys so much for listening to this short episode. And we appreciate your support.
And I'm sorry Dave did not bring Santa this year.
Well, Santa's my friend, and he's on a cruise right now. So before Christmas.
Shame on him.
I know. Isn't that wild?
He needs self-care too,
He watches the show. I'll probably hear about this that I talked about.
I hear he's been falling a lot.
He has not fallen.
Did Mrs. Claus remind him to take his candy cane?
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We
help 600, 800,000, 1,500 people a month.
Do you even know?
No matter what.
You just know it's a lot of people.
Are you questioning the president?
Every day of my life.
Whoa! We're going to have to talk about that. I'm a data man. I like the data. Okay. We need you to come alongside and help just one.
That was good.
PBS kids. No, anyways, guys, please consider us. Thank you for all that you do. And we are so excited about 2026. Dave, any last thoughts? Final thoughts?
Visit getclothes.org.
I don't. Right. Wait. You know what I like for Christmas? You to fix my emojis.
I might do it. I might figure it out for you.
I know you got to know.
I
you
probably
are like a
can
tech
figure
master.
it out. I probably can.
It
Maybe
brings
not.
me so much joy.
We'll see. Hey, visit getclothes.org. We really appreciate you guys listening to the show every single week. Chaz and I being silly and being passionate, and you help us make that happen. So thank you so much. And we will see you next week. Thank you guys. Thank you. Bye.